Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are doing a six-man ladder match in WWE 2K15 Payback. Six-man ladder match. Again, the Grandpa Richard, Virgil Virgin, Carson, Dark Mr. Black, Jon Arbuckle, and Odysseus Simpson. That is tonight's match. And remember, all of these characters will be featured in the Summer Rumble, the Royal Rumble, coming at the end of this summer. And pick who you want to win. I mean, you can root for them in the Rumble. This is just an introduction to a few of the members of our huge Rumble cast. Let's see who's first up. This is in Rosemont, Illinois or something. It is Carson at the Butcher. Carson, of course, like I said, he's not much of a talker, though he seems to be having quite the conversation with someone on the phone. Maybe he's someone who hired him to kill somebody. Maybe it's just his bro. You never know with Carson. You never really know who he's talking to. You never really know what he's saying either, because it's kind of muffled by that giant metal mask he wears on his face 24/7. He's also an ex-wolf boy, as you can see by the t-shirt, but he's also kind of a badass because of that black leather jacket. Let's move on to the next wrestler tonight in the six-man ladder match. Let's see who it is. Tonight on the Payback six-man ladder match, it is the dark Mr. Black. Look at that absolute terrifying entity right there. Pure shadows, pure darkness, and purely the color black, and all absence of light manifested into a singular man. You can see he has no eyes, they are just glowing white bulbs in his face, and look at his muscular, horrifyingly lean, and yet just completely... Well, how do you even describe that? You see that? It's just shimmering. It's just a perfectly chiseled physique of darkness. That is the dark Mr. Black for you folks. Now let's see who else we got tonight. And here we go. Who is it going to be? Let's see. It is Virgin. It is Deus Ex Vergil at Virgin. This is truly one of the greater guys around the WWE kind of area. He always helps us clean up after matches. You know, he's a really nice guy. I promise you, he's a really nice guy. He's kind of the only one here who has any brain of any time. You know, in previous matches, though, you may not have caught when they were airing live on television, Virgil is often the one to act a little more smarter, not harder, as the saying goes. He's the kind of guy to pick up the chair or the ladder and just hit you over the head with it. Though he doesn't always win, you know, he doesn't have the supernatural advantages of dark Mr. Black or the serial killer instincts of Carson. You know, he is someone to cheer for, and I think that's good enough. And next up, let's see, come on, it is Jon Arbuckle at Cocklover69. Like I said, he has a lot of free time, and he's not going for Liz in this timeline, and he doesn't have a dog or a cat. He's just Jon Arbuckle, total badass and Chad, as some would say. I wouldn't say that. That's just what it says on the script right here that I was handed by my boss. Speaking of bosses, if you didn't catch last week's match, what happened was the Razin Jazzler and the Babos Beginnis teamed up against the Rockland Roller and Adam Ass, and Adam Ass kicked both their asses, destroying the Razin Jazzler and Babos Beginnis. And that's just terrible. Of course, I love the Razin Jazzler. I am a huge Razin Jazzler fan, as well as Babos Beginnis. But Adam Ass has finally claimed his spot as a superhero. So if you missed that's what happened last week. And if you want to, maybe just go back and rewatch it if you missed it. It was a great match. And speaking on the match before that, God, someone please kill Ronald McDonald. You know, sometimes I can't help but wonder. Oh, and it is Grandpa Richard, your grandpa, at the Silver Fox. Look at that hottie. He's like 68 or something, and he's still rocking those jean shorts and that tucked-in polo. Because he's going golfing. He goes golfing every day. You know, he actually drove here in a golf cart. It was of course, you know, he had some upgrades to it. He had some modifications, giant glass shields everywhere, and you know, all that stuff, all that fancy stuff, you know, bulletproof glass, stickers about treading and whatever. That's, you know, it's just normal grandpa stuff, you know. And he, of course, did not have anything to do with the assassination of JFK back in 1963. And look who it is. It is the Odysseus Simpson, the blue-collar working man. Look at him in those yellow shades that blend in pretty close to his skin. Him rocking those blue jeans and that toga, I think it's called, whatever those Romans wore. I don't know. He was named after the famous hero Odysseus from Homer's The Odyssey, of course. And there he is walking down. I don't think he's wearing shoes. Of course, that's not a requirement. You know, it's a Friday. You know, he's kicking off his shoes. He's having a nice time. You know, he's relaxing. Even though he's gonna come into the ring, he might he might kick some ass. We don't really know. But you know, it's the weekend, so don't judge him, man. Don't have to wear shoes. Let's see. Is that it? Okay, let me think. That was Odysseus, Dark. Yeah, that's it. And right away, Richard Wu grabs Dark Mr. Black. Oh my goodness, 2 in the air already. And Dark Mr. Black is already exiting the ring, while Grandpa Richard just watches there. Jon Arbuckle also exiting the ring and throwing the ladder into the ring. Dark Mr. Black ignoring the ladder, going back in for Virgin. And it seems like everybody seems to be ignoring that ladder right in the middle. Virgin tried to pick it up for a second there, but he got totally pummeled by Dark Mr. Black, who, like I said, is hulking at a giant 7'4", far above all the other wrestlers, as Odysseus Simpson goes for an elbow slam right into Carson. Grandpa Richard and Jon Arbuckle are fighting outside of the ring as we speak, as Grandpa Richard goes to pick up the stairs. Sadly, he does not get it. And who is that over there? Carson and Odysseus fighting over that ladder. Odysseus setting it up outside of the ring for unknown reasons, and now Vergil is the only person in the ring currently. Nope, there's no one in the ring actually right now. And you can see us, the commentators, over there. We're freaking out a little bit. My silent Parker over here, partner, Parker actually is his name. My silent partner over here. And let's see what happens. You know, Carson is just destroying Odysseus outside of the ring. Dark Mr. Black picking up that ladder and setting it up. Will he climb it? No! He gets drop-kicked by Virgin. And Vergil, he takes him by the neck and slams him in the ground. Jon Arbuckle has the ladder and is now using it as a weapon. Carson is doing the same against Grandpa Richard. Carson, please be careful with Grandpa Richard. You know he has fragile, weak bones after being on this earth for nearly 70 years. Carson throws the ladder into the ring, and Jon Arbuckle picks up the ladder again and knocks over Carson with it. How brutal. And he knocks over Virgin as well, and the Dark Mr. Black. Jon Arbuckle is really going on a streak. He drops the ladder and trips, sadly, while everyone else is rolling on the ground. Odysseus and gets up, and Carson just standing there menacingly, of course. And it looks like he has no one to fight with, so he goes for the super powered entity, Dark Mr. Black. Dark Mr. Black, of course, overpowering him because he is supernatural. Is everybody in the... Oh my god! What did... Dark Mr. Black just pulling out some true witchcraft and magic as Carson and Odysseus exit the ring to come pick up the ladders, which are standing right in front of me and Parker. And in fact, actually, Odysseus is throwing the chair in the ring. Carson, please do not hit me with that ladder, Carson. Can you guys calm down, please, and get back in the ring? You're a little too close for comfort. All four of them are right out 3 now. Thanks, Dark Mr. Black, for getting him out of our commentary stand. It's a little bit hard out here. Listen, guys, I'd really appreciate it if you could get back into the ring. I just get a little close to comfort after, you know, remember what happened last year with the ladder? The other ladder, when it slid into Parker's throat, and now he can't speak. Oh my god. Odysseus, please stop tearing apart our desk. We need those microphones to commentate on the current wrestling match. Odysseus, what was even the point of that? I was rooting for you earlier, but now you just destroyed our entire setup over here. And I guess please stop coming out of the ring to mess with us. It looks like all the, oh my god, what did Dark Mr. Black just do? Some sort of kung fu ninjutsu or something? I don't even know. Odysseus Simpson and Jon Arbuckle fighting feet away from my and Parker's faces right now. And Jon Arbuckle swinging, oh my god! Grandpa Richard grabbing a bat, but Jon Arbuckle taking him down. Someone call an ambulance, please. I don't think Grandpa Richard's heart can handle that. And Dark Mr. Black, of course, coming over here. Is he going to help? It looks like he's helping Grandpa Richard up. What will happen from this? They are departing. Oh, no, never mind. They're going for a little bit of a tango together. And Grandpa Richard slams the Dark Mr. Black into the ground. And it looks like Odysseus Simpson is climbing up to get what is in the box. Now, if I haven't mentioned what's in the box yet, what is in the box is 2 6-year-old Big Macs. Now, I don't think you understand the significance around here. But after Ronald McDonald started taking Sprite syrup, he stopped producing the Big Macs, which, you know, even for the wrestlers in here who don't enjoy McDonald's as much as others. Oh, it looks like Jon Arbuckle is going for those Big Macs. Even for the wrestlers who don't enjoy the Big Macs, they still see the value of those, as here they have been stopped. They've been stopped being produced for 6 years. So these are the last 2 Big Macs ever produced by Ronald McDonald. He actually made them right in the back of the studio. And whoever can get to that box, there is infinite fortune in there. And while I wouldn't recommend eating those Big Macs, I guess you could, you could sell them and keep them as collectibles. They are the last of the Big Macs after Ronald McDonald's his spiral into drug addiction with the McDonald's Sprite syrup. Anyway, we got all 6 wrestlers back in the ring. They are setting up the ladder. Most of them are on the ground right now. Virgin, of course, being smart again. Virgil using his brain power again, almost tripping on that ladder even though no one was touching him. And being the smart one again, he went for it, but he fell, sadly. And now the ladders are both knocked over. I wonder who will set them back up. They are just piling on each other, the wrestlers are. And Carson doing some strange move onto Virgil. And now just elbow slamming him right in the whatever that thing in the middle of your chest is. And then, my God, Jon Arbuckle does some sort of head flip around Grandpa Richard. I'm not even sure what's going on. The crowd is going wild right now. And Carson, what is happening here? Carson's just punching Jon Arbuckle straight in the face before re-entering the ring for seemingly no reason. And Odysseus Simpson just throws Dark Mr. Black, a man probably near 2 feet taller than him, as Virgil picks up the ladder again. Of course, that tool use coming in. That's what defines him as human. And what separates him from the rest of the wrestlers in this ring is that tool use. And he's going up there, but oh no. Carson punches him right in the ass and knocks him right on the floor. And then Grandpa Richard coming in with revenge for Virgil. And Dark Mr. Black tries to pick up that ladder, knocks it over, and now everybody is just stumbling around. I don't think there's enough room in this ring for all of them. But I really want them to stay in it because last time they got out, Odysseus just raged and, slammed all of our equipment on this desk over here, me and Parker. Parker was pretty upset by it, though you can't really hear that because, the incident with the ladder about a year ago knocked out his whole vocal cords. That's usually why we don't have wrestlers coming out, but every once in a while they still, when they get a little bit antsy, they kind of pop out of the ring to try and get at us. Usually, that's why we have there's rifles under here. There's actually a handgun underneath this desk, and it looks like the crowd is going wild. I don't even know for who. I was busy trying to find the handgun. I don't think there's any bullets left in the handgun, so let's hope that none of the wrestlers go completely apeshit on us like they did about a year ago. And anyway, Odysseus is out. Actually, he's the one I'm most worried about. I really hope he doesn't come over here. He is actually going back in the ring, and someone has reset back up that ladder. And will anyone... Nope, Odysseus just decides to push it over rather than climbing it as he exits the ring. He is truly an agent of chaos. What is he doing with that other ladder? Why does he need it? And he throws it back into the ring while Carson and Dark Mr. Black, 2 supernatural forces, and Grandpa Richard I don't even know what he's doing. I think he's having a stroke. Someone should call somebody. And Odysseus trying to hit Grandpa Richard with that ladder. Grandpa Richard oh my God. People are teleporting and are getting completely knocked around. This is just insane. Grandpa Richard has exited the ring. Jon Arbuckle sets up the ladder. And Virgil beats Dark Mr. Black right in the nose. Dark Mr. Black flips Virgil on his back. Grandpa Richards take down the ladder. Odysseus steals the ladder and sets it back up again. You can really see the intelligence of these wrestlers tonight. Very much portrayed. And Virgil and Odysseus share a warm embrace and a soft kiss before slamming each other to the ground. Dark Mr. Black knocking over a ladder, and Carson looking at him very angrily. Grandpa Richards slamming down Dark Mr. Black to the ground, and same happening with Virgil on the other side of the ring. I cannot tell you who's gonna get the 2 Big Macs tonight. I really couldn't tell you. It's quite insane. But I must tell you, the reason why we're having this match, it's a little more important than 2 Big Macs. As you might have assumed, the McDonald's in our area shut down due to Ronald McDonald's drug addiction, but the wrestlers don't really know that there are other McDonald's locations around the world. So the reason they are fighting tonight, the reason they do not know, they think they're just fighting for a Big Mac, but what they're actually fighting for is the crown of the gone but not forgotten Burger King. The Burger King, died several years ago, and his crown has not passed on. That's why we had that triple threat fast food wrestling thing a few weeks ago. And while so many names, sorry, Jack Tombstone may have won that, he did not accept the title of the Burger King, as of course he's a pizza guy. Now there is burger pizza, but it's not that good in my opinion. And apparently in Jack Tombstone's opinion as well. So in that briefcase is the crown of the Burger King, and whoever wins tonight will be wearing that crown when they enter the Rumble this summer. I'm really excited to see who is going to get the crown of the Burger King and will be crowned the new Burger King after the previous Burger King's untimely death. God bless his soul, all that stuff. But anyway, it looks like Carson is actually going up to get that crown. I think they might have heard me when I was talking about that, so I believe Carson has a newfound motivation to get that crown. I think Carson, growing up, in the slums, has always wanted to be somewhat of a royalty figure, and maybe he got that power he wanted through serial killing, but now he can actually get that by becoming a true monarch. And monarchs are some of the most, they kill a lot of people. Generally, throughout history, monarchs have been pretty big killers. So, serial killer, monarch, that all fits together. Everybody taking a timeout right now while Dark Mr. Black climbs to the top. No competition. Oh, maybe some from Jon Arbuckle. Dark Mr. Black, for some reason, not going for the briefcase. Instead, just waiting for Jon Arbuckle. And Odysseus sadly knocks over the ladder, throwing both of them in. And we have to suffer through this six-man match for just a few minutes longer. I am so sorry, folks. I really wish one of these people would just get their neck snapped. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's what happened to Grandpa Richard and Jon Arbuckle, since they both seem completely incapacitated. Dark Mr. Black is again climbing the ladder, and he just jumps off for no reason. Oh my god, that ladder almost hit us right in the face. And Jon Arbuckle, of course, taking down Dark Mr. Black. Grandpa Richard closes the ladder and opens the ladder again. See, there's that tool. Oh, please get away from us, Jon. Please. Oh my god. What are you doing? Go back in the ring. And thank you, Jon, for throwing the ladder back in the ring and leaving us alone. Yeah, Parker has a lot of trauma, built up PTSD a little bit from the last time you guys brought ladders back over to the announcer's desk. It looks like Grandpa Richard is climbing back up the ropes. Nobody is currently going for the Big Macs and the Burger King crown, except Odysseus Simpson seems to have picked up the ladder, throwing it to the ground, not setting it up, going for a kick in the back of the thigh on Dark Mr. Black. All of the wrestlers are extremely tired and out of breath, and I don't think any of them want to continue. But all of them are just motivated by that Big Mac, which they have not had for 6 years, ever since the McDonald's location around here closed. And like I said, they could just drive to another one, but I don't think they know that there's more than one McDonald's location. I also don't think most of them know the significance of the Burger King crown. Probably Carson and maybe Vergil too. Maybe Odysseus, in some strange egotistical way, understands the kind of power you get from being the Burger King. I don't think any of them really get it. Here comes Vergil. Will this be it? Is Vergil? No, Odysseus takes the crown right away from Vergil. I was so excited. Vergil, of course, being distinguished from the others due to his tool use. And here comes Carson back in the ring. Again, Jon Arbuckle is again taking a nap. He keeps doing that on the floor. Dark Mr. Black sets up the ladder. The crowd is absolutely going wild. Dark Mr. Black again slowly climbing the ladder. He's very sore because he's been getting punched in the ass over and over and over again. He just jumps off again. I don't know why he keeps doing that. Maybe he's like, it gets too high up there, when the air, it gets too thin in his lungs or something. I don't know. I don't know what that guy's deal is. But yeah, everybody looks really tired and slow. And while they are performing, very exciting wrestling moves on each other, they do not look like they have a lot of energy left in them. In fact, most of them probably have intense internal bleeding, except Dark Mr. Black, who has no blood. Dark Mr. Black flips Vergil onto the back. Jon Arbuckle just pushes over the ladder for no reason, and then he gets kicked by Grandpa Richard, who is probably scolding him right now for being a naughty boy. And Odysseus Simpson flips Carson onto his back. Vergil doing the same to Dark Mr. Black. Carson is just not having a good time, sitting flat on the ground. Vergil does some crazy move on Carson. Grandpa Richard grabbing Carson. Odysseus setting up the ladder. Will someone please just get the briefcase? I am so tired of spit and blood and debris and ladders flying over to the table. I just want this game to be over. And you know what? You know what I really think tonight? I think we probably should have substituted one of these guys for Ronald McDonald, so that I could finally witness his throat be completely closed and his neck be snapped. If you haven't been able to tell by now, I have a deep hatred for Ronald McDonald. ever since he came into my office and started pissing on all my files. Anyway, Odysseus Simpson being flipped onto his back by, or no, Carson was flipped onto his head. Dark Mr. Black sets up the ladder only to close it, only to set it back up again as Jon Arbuckle also sets up the ladder, and Dark Mr. Black puts the ladder down again. What will Dark Mr. Black do with the ladder? He knocks over Jon Arbuckle. He knocks over Odysseus Simpson. Vergil jumping onto Grandpa Richard. Dark Mr. Black setting up the ladder again, but instead going to... What is he doing with... Oh my god, he's just spinning Odysseus Simpson around. I did not expect this. He may throw him at the announcer stand. He may throw him into the crowd. I really don't know. With the intense strength of that man, thank God he only threw him into the ground. Oh, I don't know if Odysseus is going to get up after that. I don't think... Oh, Dark Mr. Black takes down the ladder only to put it back up again. See what I mean? Vergil is the only one here who really has that kind of tool use mentality where he is taking down the ladder. He is using it as a tool. You know, a lot of the other wrestlers, they don't really understand how this whole thing works. Vergil is, instead of going up the ladder, he just set up going after Odysseus Simpson. Carson is crawling on the ground. Dark Mr. Black is taking a breather. And Grandpa Richard takes down the ladder only to set it back up again. Please, God, keep it up this time. And Vergil is slammed in the ladder by Carson. Carson slamming Vergil onto his neck. The ladder is again knocked over and now flying with Jon Arbuckle, who is having some sort of attack as the, I don't really know what just happened there. Dark Mr. Black is getting way too close for comfort. Guys, I really don't know what is happening right now. Grandpa Richard knocks over Vergil. Some weird flip just happened on Carson. Grandpa Richard just sets back up the ladder again. I really hope he can take this opportunity to get the Burger King crown, but he seems more focused on revenge against Dark Mr. Black, which is very sad to see, as he would make a great Burger King, as would Vergil. In fact, I suspect there may be some shared blood there based on that that hair, but I guess I really don't know. You shouldn't speculate about those sort of things. That's how you spread nasty rumors. And I, of course, am saying this on live television. I guess I kind of regret that decision. Hopefully I'm not fired. Jon Arbuckle coming over here to give me a little scolding and a little scare for spreading rumors on live television. Odysseus still has that ladder. I don't know where the other ladder went, actually. Grandpa Richard setting up that ladder, and everybody is just making some sort of weird people pile on top of Dark Mr. Black. Jon Arbuckle picks up Dark Mr. Black, and, well, Vergil, he sets down the ladder. Is he going to hit someone with it? He goes to hit... I don't even know who he hit. I think he hit multiple people. He's just knocking over everybody. Nobody really cares. This is his time. He must go up the ladder right now, and he might... Why did he jump off? That was his time. Grandpa Richard falling off. I don't know if any of these people are really worthy to be the Burger King anymore. I really don't believe it. I don't know if they are worthy of those 6-year-old Big Macs, which are not rotten or spoiled at all due to the immense amount of preservatives put on there by the Ronald McDonald, as well as the Burger King crown. That is got to be the third or fourth time that Dark Mr. Black has gone up that ladder only to jump off with no prompt. Odysseus takes the ladder again and starts swinging at it at people, as he seems to really, really enjoy doing, and he just throws it on top of them and just takes a breather, I guess. Man, I could really take a breather right now. I wish we had water down here, but, you know, they don't let us take the water out of the break room. If I wanted to get water, I'd have to, you know, walk all the way, you know, that entrance way to the ring. I have to walk all the way down there. I just get it from the jug, and it goes glug, 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 and it's really loud. You'd hear it over the microphone, because we're using the strap-on ones now, because, oh my god, please, Dark Mr. Black, what are you doing? Please. Is that where the ladder's been this whole time? Parker, you should have... Oh, I guess you couldn't have told me. Jeez, Parker's got a look of fear in his eyes right now. You should see it. He has been panicking for the last, like, 15 minutes. I didn't even know, because he can't really communicate with us anymore after the throat incident with the ladder. He has been panicking because that ladder has been right next to him. He has not been able to go near ladders since the incident. That must have been really traumatic for him. I'm very sorry, Parker. Anyway, back to what I was saying. You know, the water's in the break room. I'd have to go down the whole entrance thing. It's not really worth it at this point in time. I might have to get some water after the show. Let's see. Dark Mr. Black flipping onto Vergil. Carson is going up to the top. I don't think he can make it. I don't think you can make it from that angle. And there were 2 ladders right there. I guess I didn't notice that. People are just flipping each other. People are just hitting each other. The crowd is going wild as always, because this is just some crazy shit going down. On Virgin's flipping Grandpa Richard on his back. Dark Mr. Black taking a breather. Carson got knocked out a little bit. I think he's sleeping. And Odysseus and Jon Arbuckle going strong, slamming each other. Carson is back up right now. though he's very slow, and he's getting... Dark Mr. Black was just not strong enough to do it. Jon Arbuckle, I wonder what he's doing. Please, Odysseus, get away from the stand. Jon Arbuckle. Odysseus grabbing the ladder again, throwing it in the ring. Jon Arbuckle stands up the ladder, and Carson throws Jon Arbuckle. Nope, he doesn't. He just punches him in the face. Carson takes down the ladder. Please, just keep it up, Carson. Carson, you know what to do. I know you're a smart guy, or smart enough to at least get away with killing someone and hiding their body. You can get the Burger King crown. Carson sets up the ladder, but he does not climb it. Instead, Dark Mr. Black refuses. Grandpa Richard goes up to the top of the ladder, and he is currently getting the case right now. Vergil is not in the ring currently, and that is it, everybody. Grandpa Richard is now the Burger King. I don't think he knows it yet, but he has just become the Burger King, and he will be wearing that crown during the Royal Rumble. Look at him scream. He is so excited because he gets those 2 6-year-old Big Macs. He hasn't had a Big Mac in 6 years ever since the location closed, and he is just so excited. Little does he know, he just inherited the Burger King throne. Look at him, triumphant after, well, this feels like, what was this, 30 minutes? Oh my god. 30-minute, 6-man ladder match, whatever it was. Thank God it's over. I am just tired of commentating on this insanity. I will see you next week. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the Summer Rumble. Subscribe to see it when it comes out or whatever. I enjoy it. And I'll see you then. Good night.